I've always wanted to do that. Hey guys, welcome everybody. I just wanted to do a quick stream. I might not leave it up as is. What I might do later on is kind of chop this up and make it into a shorter video where everything's kind of all put together. Because as I'm doing this with you live right now, my first live solo stream, I'm still not quite sure how I want to structure this. Basically, the idea is that I want to show that Uthman, in his discussions with David, he had one about 3-4 weeks ago where they discussed the verse in the Quran that says that every living thing comes from water. David Wood cited a commentary from Ibn Abbas where he said that this is the water of the male and female. Uthman disputed that, and apparently just yesterday they had another interaction, just yesterday, and it came up again. And Uthman made another point about this. And so I just wanted to play out the videos and I want to comment on it. So I think what I'll do is I'll just play the video and I'll stop when I want to make a comment, and we'll just see how things go. So you guys should be able to hear this when I press play. Just let me know in the chat if you cannot hear it. Alright, so I'm going to mute my mic and I'm going to play this video. Just going to let this play out for a little bit, and as I said, I'll comment when it's necessary.
Here we go. Have not those who disbelieve in Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the Quran, known that the heavens and the earth were of one piece? We did not send down a drop of rain or grow vegetation on the earth, which were aligned with each other. Then we parted them and then separated them and singled them out from each other. And the commentary on, and we made every living thing of water, is we made of water from the male and female everything that requires water. The male and the female. So it's the male and the female water.
This is what I was telling you, bro. This is what I was telling you, that you if you had asked, then I would have explained. I said this earlier in the video, so don't act like I'm saying this now. Okay, this is why I'm glad this is recording. Where is this from?
Ibn Abbas.
Did Ibn Abbas write a tafsir?
No, you can say that's wrong. So someone made that up about Ibn Abbas.
Did Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma write a tafsir?
Okay, quick comment there. So Uthman is always pointing out people's Arabic issues, or that he perceives as issues, which usually aren't issues when you look into it. But what he just said, let me just rewind it again.
Did Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma write?
So it's really a basic mistake he just made. He said radiyallahu anhuma. Anhuma in Arabic is the dual form. So you're talking about two people. He's talking about one person, and he's referring to this one person in the dual form. It's just a basic mistake, nothing to do with the video, just more of, I mean, this guy points out things that he thinks are mistakes all the time. I just want to point out him actually making a mistake. Let me get the screen right. Him actually making a mistake in Arabic. Anyway, very minor. Let me just continue on.
Tafsir.
No, so this is, what would you say, attributed to Ibn Abbas, collected later?
Take it easy, Dave. We're going to walk you through so that next time you'll be more educated. Like, this is really me trying to help you. I could make fun of this, but I'm not. I'm trying to help you, okay?
So notice there he says, I could make fun of you. I could make fun of you. And watch what he does just a few seconds later.
When you talk about the Tafsir Ibn Abbas, okay? I have a video, you can go on the Majd Ribad channel, that I talk about different books of Tafsir. This is a book that was compiled later. What website is this from? Read the website's name.
Albayat.org.
Ahlulbayt.org. Who's...
Okay, that's his second Arabic mistake. I don't know if he's reading it from the English text or from the Arabic, but it's not Ahl al-Bayt, it's al-Bayt. Al-Bayt. So it's not, it's the same meaning, but it's just a different word. Now, the reason why he's emphasizing on this is because he thinks that this is a Shia website, so because it's a Shia website, it can't be trusted. Well, let's keep watching.
Who's ahlulbayt.org? Dave, the website you're depending on.
They don't want.
He's making fun.
No, I'm
He's
not
making fun of the
I'm
tafsir
not
of Ibn
making
Abbas
fun.
right here.
I am not. Okay, again, don't lie, bro. We're trying to be honest. Whose website are you depending on for this quote? This is a Shia website. wait. Oops. David did it again. No.
This is not.
Okay, so he says, I could make fun of you, and then he just makes fun of him. So, alright, we get it, Uthman. You're not a man of your word. You could make fun of him, and you did make fun of him. Alright, so basically, and I'm going to pull up the website, but I want to just play another clip before I do that, because he emphasizes on this point over and over again. Actually, throughout this video, he does it, I think, about 3 or 4 other times. I don't have it timestamped. I wasn't planning on going over all the times, but he does it multiple times where he says that this is a Shia website. It's a Shia website. And I'm going to comment on that. Is this actually a Shia website or not? Is that actually important? What's important is Ibn Abbas, or what's attributed to him, is that actually accurate or not? So if you go to a library, and it's owned by Shia Muslims, or it's owned by Sunni Muslims, or it's owned by atheists, the question shouldn't really be who owns the library. The question should be, is the book, is the publication accurate? Is it accurately translating or representing what it claims to be doing? Is it translating Ibn Abbas, or is it not translating his work? Alright, there's not a Shia version of Ibn Abbas, and there's not a Sunni version. There's just one guy, Ibn Abbas. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to go on to the next video. So this video is the one that David Wood actually just uploaded on his channel. Like a few, as of right now, this is live. So he just a few minutes ago, like 5 minutes ago, he uploaded it on his channel. It was on Uthman's channel previously, so that's how I saw it, and that's why I decided to make this video. I'm gonna play that, and like I said, I'll pause as we go through it. All right, so let's skip that stuff. I think it starts around 50 seconds. Oh, why did I go over there? Alright, so he's commenting on this point again. So remember, the point of contention is from Uthman that that Ibn Abbas didn't actually say what David Wood is reading from this website, what they're claiming he said. He's saying that this is not actually what Ibn Abbas said, and he's saying this is a Shia website, so it shouldn't be trusted because it's Shia. But secondly, Ibn Abbas never actually said these words. He never actually said that the water that all things are created from is the water, the sperm of the male and female. He's saying that Ibn Abbas never said those words. So he's going to go on again, and let's see him. So again, so the one that I just showed you, the previous video I just showed you, was about 3-4 weeks ago, and this is just yesterday. So this is just yesterday. He's bringing it up again. He really wants to, hammer home this point. Let's see.
All right. So, since you're here, I caught something interesting. You told me that Ibn Kathir says when in the ayah جعلنا من الماء كل شيء حي, right? Which is that we made from water every living thing, right? And you said Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma said that this is referring.
He does it again in the Arabic. Anhuma is the dual form. He should be saying anyway, it doesn't really matter, but he makes all these Arabic mistakes, and then he calls other people out on making Arabic mistakes. It's anyway, just kind of a thing. It's just annoying to hear. Anyway, so let's see what he's saying. So first he's pulling up Ibn Kathir. Did David Wood cite Ibn Kathir? No. David Wood cited Ibn Abbas. Now Ibn Abbas does quote. Ibn Kathir does quote Ibn Abbas throughout his commentary. That's true. But is that what David Wood said he was quoting from? No, David Wood said he's quoting from Ibn Abbas. So let's see where he goes with this.
Referring to the sperm of a man, right?
No, I quoted a site that said that.
Right. So interesting. So that's an excellent point. So this is the actual tafsir Ibn Kathir under the actual ayah. find me that
Darussalam it is?
Darussalam it is, yes. Darussalam is a publisher, you know, understand, right? It's not a person, right? They publish hundreds and thousands of books, different
Yeah,
muhakkik,
no,
right?
I'm just saying that because I don't have the green edition.
Oh, this is the hardcover. It's 10 volumes, I think. I don't use the English, but here,
No, I've got one also that's hardcover, but it's red. So anyway, that was all
Still
completely
Darussalam?
irrelevant.
all right. So this is the ayah, and I looked through the actual book, and I don't find Ibn Abbas radiallahu anh making that tafsir. So what that tells me is all these videos you're making at home in front of your camera, you're misquoting things, and poor people that are watching your videos are being misguided because you don't know enough to actually look up the book, right? I mean, unless you can look up the tafsir and show it to me here. Okay, this is, you were looking up a
I wasn't
Shia.
quoting Ibn Kathir. I was
You
quoting
were.
Ibn Abbas.
Okay, excellent.
If that's incorrect, you
Excellent.
need to take it out with the Muslim.
Okay, so he points out here, David wasn't actually citing Ibn Kathir. So why are you responding to David Wood and saying, well, Ibn Abbas never said that, here's the proof, Ibn Kathir. David wasn't quoting Ibn Kathir. It's like if I'm citing the Gospel of John and someone says, oh, hey, I just read the Gospel of Mark and it doesn't actually say, well, I wasn't quoting the Gospel of Mark, I was quoting the Gospel of John. So why are you going to a book that he wasn't even citing? And the title of the video, this is his channel, it says David Wood Lies Exposed. So this is supposedly a lie that David Wood told, or I don't know how he's trying to come across with this, but obviously he's saying David Wood is being deceitful, and he's the one who's trying to correct a citation that David Wood, he referenced Ibn Abbas, and he's trying to correct him by going to Ibn Kathir. So David Wood says, Ibn Abbas says this, and Uthman says, Ibn Kathir never said that, therefore you're lying. Huh? Okay, let's continue on.
Websites and say, hey, take this.
That was
incorrect.
Ahlul
If
Bayt.
you
Right.
can
So let me
show them that they're incorrect, I'm sure.
Excellent.
Unless you're
excellent.
saying they're liars, then they should
Sure.
take it down, and then we.
So
stop
let
using
me explain this.
Okay.
What we're doing here is that you are going online to websites that you're assuming are by Muslims. You
But then
don't
I
know.
come here.
Exactly. So can you admit that Ibn Abbas did not make that tafsir and your accusation was false?
Wait a minute. Okay, how does that follow? So he's saying to him, can you admit that Ibn Abbas didn't say that? And the only proof that you offered that he didn't say that was quoting Ibn Kathir. Like, how is this guy a scholar? How is he this educated guy that he presents himself to be? How does it follow that David Wood has to renounce what he said because Uthman gives him another source that David Wood wasn't even talking about? How does that even follow? Okay, let's continue on.
Oh,
No.
why not?
Well, I got.
You came here
No.
when I showed you the proof. You're not going to admit it then.
No. If Shias are saying.
He said, I showed you the proof. Uthman, what proof did you show him? He's quoting Ibn Abbas and you're quoting Ibn Kathir. What proof did you show him?
Ibn Abbas said this.
Sure.
You're saying I don't have any preference one or the other. I know which side you're on.
Excellent.
So how would I
Excellent.
distinguish?
Sure, I will tell you. Because that website, you don't know who made it. So you are going to a random Googled website, right? And I'm just saying Shia because the name, right? But whether Shia, Sunni, or whoever, people need to bring you the actual evidences. And if you aren't careful enough to check which website, right now you could Google whether the earth is flat or not, and some website's going to have some weird arguments. And if you're just going off of that, you are misguiding your viewers. You are giving them information that is actually incorrect, that is not found, right? And for you,
everything until I have a reason not to trust them.
Excellent.
Right? Like I
So
could
now-
quote this. I could quote this
Yes.
to someone,
Right.
and then someone else could come and say, actually, Darussalam misrepresented that, and
Excellent.
they distorted it, and it's
Sure.
a bad translation.
I got you.
And
So,
if we can't study,
the
Islam
difference,
like this, then
the
then it's
difference,
just-
the
it
difference
just can't be
is,
studied, you know
the
what I mean?
difference is, it's not an issue of translation. That quote does not exist in the
Okay,
tafsir
I'll
of
take
this
that.
ayah.
I'll take it down.
Excellent.
Alright, so he's saying that the issue is not the translation. The issue is that this does not exist. Ibn Abbas did not ever say those words. Okay, so let's get into it. I mean, I think, actually, you know, there might be another part in this video that is relevant, and because I'm going to go into the website, we're going to talk about, are they Shia, are they Sunni, does that matter? And then we're going to get into the commentary, and then we're going to get into the original, into the Arabic. Is this an accurate translation? Did Ibn Abbas actually say that or not? We'll look at that together. So I'm just going to play a few more minutes possibly, and we'll see if it's helpful. Let's see.
But can you admit?
No.
Why not? I just showed you evidence. I just showed you. No.
If a group of Shia scholars says one thing, a group of Sunni scholars says one thing,
which
I
group
don't know enough to say, oh, the Shias are liars.
Excellent. But which Shia scholar said that?
They've got the...
I mean, he's, again, I know this is like a beating, I'm just repeating this point over and over again, but he's saying, I just showed you evidence. So again, David Wood is citing altafsir.com, and he's showing what it says Ibn Abbas comments on this verse. And so Uthman, this is like a few weeks later, 3-4 weeks later, Uthman comes back and he shows what Ibn Kathir says about this verse. And he says, I just showed you evidence that Ibn Abbas didn't actually say that. But you didn't show him evidence that Ibn Abbas didn't say that. You just showed him what Ibn Kathir said.
You don't know. You just Googled it. You just Googled it. Who made that site?
We didn't Google that. We use that site all the time. They've got Jalalain on there.
Who made that site? Who made that site? You don't know. You see this? You see this? He's just looking at...
Okay, hold on a second. So he's trying to shame David for not knowing who created this website, who founded this website. But he doesn't know who founded this website because he keeps saying, these are Shias, these are Shias. And we're going to get into if they are or not. Like I said, we're going to get into it, does not matter. But he doesn't know who created this website. So if he's trying to make a point that David Wood doesn't know, and that's somehow it's supposed to have like this shock effect or whatever, well, Uthman, you don't know, and you're the Muslim scholar. This is one of the most popular Islamic websites in English and in Arabic. I mean, this guy, like, when Anthony Rogers and Sam and David, they all went together, and Anthony pointed out they pointed out the hadith that talks about the Quran coming as a pale man, and they went to Sunnah.com. He was unfamiliar with Sunnah.com. Like, I don't know if this guy is even familiar with the internet or not. I don't know, because he doesn't know what Sunnah.com is. He doesn't know what Altasir.com is. It's like, and he's trying to shame David for not knowing this stuff. But he doesn't know these very basic things when he is the quote-unquote scholar. The thumbnail is like Google Scholar versus Real Scholar or something like that. So he's supposed to be the real scholar.
But you're using websites, you don't even know who made them. You don't know that. I'm showing you the actual book. And
No, Uthman, you're not showing the actual book. You're not showing the actual book. You're showing Ibn Kathir. You're not showing Ibn Abbas.
you told me I'm your favorite sheikh.
Look.
So now you gotta listen to your favorite sheikh.
Suppose we go through here and Arabic term, someone comes up to me and says, actually, they totally distorted this. I don't know Darus Salam any more than I know.
You see the difference
the
is
Shias.
the difference is it's not about mistranslation. It's about the fact. It's about the fact
Darus Salam
that
could make up anything they wanted.
Excellent.
How would I know until that's?
I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you.
That's why I'm here.
Okay, so let me tell you. When I look up books, including Ibn Kathir, I have a video on the best print and things. I actually look up the handwritten manuscripts, right, that have been verified and checked, right?
Yeah.
So when you don't know, for you to make videos sitting in front of your camera at home, making all these accusations, looking up websites that you don't know, but before that, right? So I mean, you had many videos where you talk about these things, and you really have no reference.
Did I use that in the video?
I don't know. I don't watch a lot of. Okay. So I'll tell you what. If we can go through and find that Ibn Abbas in no book that can be attributed authentically talks about that ayah in that way, will you at least admit that you made a false accusation? If we can prove that.
Yeah, it'd be very simple. You can contact them, ask them where they're getting this. If they don't have a place, they send you a message back saying, yeah, we screwed up. Then that's done.
And then David Wood will admit that he made a false accusation, and we're good.
All right, I think I'll stop it there. I think I was planning to go for like another minute into the video, but that really is the essence of why I wanted to create this stream, why I wanted to respond. So he's saying that Ibn Abbas never actually said what David Wood claimed he said. Well, David Wood is just reading from a Muslim website, and the Muslim website says this is a tafsir, this is a commentary of Ibn Abbas, and David Wood is just reading what they say. Uthman is saying you can't trust them, Shia website, you're just Googling things, you don't, this is not trustworthy. So I'm going to pull up another screen here, just give me a moment as I try to work this out. Alright, so I'm going to pull up another screen here. Okay, so this is what David Wood was citing from. Alright, let's see if I full screen. Okay, yeah. Alright, so, is that easy to read? Should I zoom in? I want you guys to be able to see this. Let me zoom in, as maybe that's, I don't know if that's too much or not enough, but, so this is the part here. This is the part here. This is what David Wood was citing from, okay? So as you can see on the top, Tafsir Ibn Abbas. This is the website, altafsir.com. So this is the point. This is the point that they're contending. David Wood is saying that, well, really, he's just reading what this website is claiming. Ibn Abbas says that we made of water from the male and female everything that requires water. So the verse is saying that every living thing comes from water. And Ibn Abbas's interpretation of that is that this water is the water from the male and female. So it's the sperm. It's the sperm. That's the water that created everything that requires water. So instead of disputing that interpretation, he's saying, well, no, Ibn Abbas actually never even said that. So he's not disputing, like, okay, well, is he right? Is he wrong? He's saying, no, Ibn Abbas never actually said that. And he started to call him out on the fact that, you scroll down and you have this is what he was reading from. So this is the institute here. This is what he was getting caught up on. He was saying that it sounds like a Shia website. Okay, so let's get into, so what is this organization? What is this organization? So the Royal Al-Bayt Institute for Islamic Thought is an international Islamic non-government independent institute in Amman, Jordan. It is affiliated with the Royal Islamic Strategic Studies Center. Okay, so the late King Hussein, okay, so this is the King of Jordan. So let's click on his name here. The King of Jordan, the late King of Jordan, the previous king, he founded this organization, okay? He founded this organization. So let me zoom in. What does it say? Everybody who's familiar with Jordan, that the kings are Sunni, they're not Shia. But so just so we're very clear on this is the religion of the King of Jordan, Sunni. Okay, so going back here, the institute that has this website, they have a bunch of different, so it's one organization, but they have a bunch of different projects. This is one of their projects. It's altafsir.com. That's one of their projects. So it was established by the King of Jordan. Okay, it was established by the King of Jordan, and then it's entrusted to Prince Hassan and then to the Crown Prince Hamza, and etc., etc. So this is not a government organization, but you can see that the king and his sons are the ones who are in control of it, or at least they founded it. And now it says, the Prince Ghazi bin Muhammad, who is the chair of the board of trustees. Okay, so is it a Shia website? All right, this is their kind of pamphlet. Again, this is not important anyway. Honestly, this is really not important. The question really is, did Ibn Abbas actually say that or not? Not is the website Sunni or Shia. But let's just kind of get into this, because he made a huge deal about this. So this is their pamphlet. This is the pamphlet that they published. Again, it's reiterating that they're an NGO, non-government organization. Since 2000. The Prince Ghazi bin Muhammad, the chief advisor, and so King Abdullah for the religious and cultural affairs, okay, has been the institute's chairman of the board of trustees. Okay, so that's what we read in the Wikipedia page, just kind of reiterating it here on their pamphlet. All right, so it says that they have roughly 100 senior fellows 100 senior fellows from Islamic scholars, of Islamic scholars in over 40 countries. So let's just look at some of these scholars. A lot of these guys are more famous in the Arab world, so you might not recognize them, but there are some pretty popular ones. If you're familiar with these names, you know, like, these guys are big Sunni scholars. Now, this website does seem to be sort of like an interfaith website. I think if I were to compare it to a Christian version, would imagine there's a website that exists that has Christians from all denominations. So let's say you have Christians from all sorts of apostolic churches, from all sorts of Protestant churches, all coming together. That's what this website seems to be. That's what this organization seems to be. Let's look at some of the other ones. Look at this. Hamza Yusuf, right? So, I mean, people would be more familiar with him on this channel. At least you guys would be familiar with him. You know that he's not Shia. He's Sunni. But there are Shia who are on their board and some of their senior leaders and things like that. They have a bunch of scholars, Sunni, Shia, all sorts of different Islamic schools of thought. All right, so if you go onto the website, altafsir.com, and you want to ask a question. Ask Mufti. So you want to ask the question, who do you get? You get the Grand Mufti of Jordan. Okay, so he's Sunni. This guy is Sunni. So if you want to find out, like, rulings on things, like, is this permissible to do in Islam, or what do I do in this situation? You want to ask a scholar, ask a sheikh, ask a mufti. You have the former Grand Mufti of Jordan answering these questions. So he's not a Shia answering questions. This is on altafsir.com. Again, this really isn't too important, because the question is not, is the website Sunni, Shia, whatever. The question is, did Ibn Abbas actually say that or not? But just for the sake of it, because Uthman spent a lot of time on this website has, if you go to commentaries in Arabic, you have Sunni ones, Sufi, Salafi, you have 12er Shia, you have different branches of Shia, you have different, some Islamic schools that are not even Shia or Sunni, and so it's like a combination. Like I said, if you have a Christian equivalent, it would be like a website that's run. Let's just say the website is run by, let's say, a Protestant, but this Protestant has Orthodox authors, Catholic authors, all sorts of different denominations, right? That's kind of the idea here. It's sort of interdenominational. Okay. So let's go to the main point of contention here. Did Ibn Abbas actually say that the water that is, all living things are created from water, that this water is the sperm of the male and female? So this is a little bit about the translator for this particular commentary in Arabic and in English. So if you want to, I guess, like, pause and kind of read, I'm not going to just read this whole thing, but this is about the tafsir, this is about the commentary, and then this is the translator. This is the translator here, and if you want to read it in Arabic, it's right there. So this is he's the guy who's responsible for translating Ibn Abbas. So, like David Wood said, if you want to get in touch with this website, this is who Uthman would have to get in touch with. This guy right here, and he'd have to ask him, why did you translate this verse, or put this commentary up there, specifically this here? We made of water from the male and female, everything that requires water. Uthman is saying that this does not exist, that Ibn Abbas never actually said that. So that's the guy that Uthman would have to email or get in touch with. All right. So did Ibn Abbas actually say these words or not? Did he say that the water, I'll just read it. We made of water from the male and female, everything that requires water. So did he actually say that or not? If we go to the Arabic version, which Uthman is saying doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Let me just zoom in. For those of you who know Arabic, you guys want to pause, read this. It's the exact same thing. It's a good translation, I would say. Say you don't trust this website, okay? Say you don't trust altafsir.com. All right? You don't trust altafsir.com. Okay. So let's go to another website, Al-Maktaba. This is a very popular website in Arabic. Al-Maktaba is a very popular website in Arabic. It's literally like the library, and it really is. It's a library of all sorts of Islamic sources and literature. So this right here, for those of you who know Arabic, you know that this is Tafsir Ibn Abbas, and this is what he says. He says the exact same thing as it said in English. It says in Arabic. So Ibn Abbas actually, this is attributed to Ibn Abbas in Arabic, so that is a fair English translation. Now let's just say he doesn't trust. So if he doesn't trust this guy, he doesn't trust this guy who's a Muslim. Why would he trust my translation? So okay, let's just copy the text and go to Google Translate. Google Translate. I'm not saying it's like the best way to translate things, but just for our purposes, let's just see how they translate this particular phrase. So put it in here, and this is the translation. So we created from the water of the male and the female everything that needs water. Okay, this is not Christian translation, a Muslim translation. This is just computer translation. This is just Google translating the text. So this again is found in the Arabic version of what's attributed to the tafsir of this is attributed to Ibn Abbas, his commentary. This is what it says, and the translation in English, in female, everything that requires water. Okay, again, we don't trust that translation. We don't trust this guy. It's a Shia website. No, we don't trust the Shia website. Okay, so let's go to the to the Arabic, and then let's just put it in Google Translate just for the sake of it. Okay, so we created from the water of male and female everything that needs water. All right, so I just wanted to do this quick video. Well, actually, I don't know how quick it actually. Oh, half hour. Okay, I thought it was gonna be quick. Went a little longer than I thought, but hopefully you guys don't mind. So I just wanted to do that video and explain that David Wood is right. Everything that we have that is attributing things in comments to Ibn Abbas does say that about that verse. The commentary, the translation that he went to is accurate. It doesn't matter if it's a Shia website or a Sunni website. I can't say that it's a Shia website because the one who founded it is a Sunni, the king of Jordan. And by the way, the king of Jordan, they claim to be like ancestors of Jordan, of Muhammad. They claim to be ancestors of Muhammad. So maybe that's why they use the name like family of, like the house of Muhammad. Maybe, I'm not really sure. I don't know. But it doesn't matter if it's a Shia website or Sunni website. What matters is, did Ibn Abbas say those words, or let's say this. What's important is that a fair translation of what all the Arabic sources that we have that attribute things to Ibn Abbas? Is that a fair translation of it? Yes, it's a fair translation, and that's exactly what Ibn Abbas says if we trust what the Muslim sources say he said. So the ones who record him as Ibn Abbas saying these things, as I'm not saying that he actually did say that or didn't say that, but Muslims who are telling us he said those things, that is what he said if we want to trust them. So, all right, so that's basically it, guys. David Wood is right. He wasn't lying, contrary to what Uthman is claiming. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for my first kind of solo stream here. So God bless you all. Hope that you all have a great rest of your days, evenings, nights, wherever you are in the world. Take care.